Give me a second here.
I was just gonna say my grandfather made dandelion wine back in the day, and I still have it still somewhere.
Yeah, that was a huge thing back in the day, dandelion wine, and then people tried to bring that back too. But I don't really know if the source of dandelions is easily accessible.
Yeah,
They're all over.
Well, I mean, yeah, just going to but like from a production standpoint, the amount of dandelions you need.
You'll never see ChemLawn or any chemicals used in my house because they deserve to live too, and I don't freaking care about grass.
Yeah.
All right, we're ready to go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Arrogance and Ales. I'm Fraz, that's JJ, there's Trevor, Josh is over there, and our special guest, please tell us who you are.
I'm Jonathan. I work for a New Belgium Brewing Company, and you can call me the Fruit Smasher.
I will not. All right. Well, just so we always from the top, we recap what we do here. We rate beers. We talk about the beer news of the week. And when we have a special guest, we invite him on to talk about his brewery and his path. So with that, JJ, why don't you start us off with what you are sipping on?
Well, I'm going to start off with the New Belgium Captain Dynamite IPA.
Okay.
It's the Voodoo Ranger series. Jonathan, it's the rotating series, right?
Correct.
It's 7.7%, right in my wheelhouse. That is where I do my best work, between 7 and 8%. Love that range. Go ahead, bro.
This IPA was the winner of the Vote Voodoo campaign. Locked, stocked, and fully hopped, Captain Dynamite showcases the bold tropical fruit flavors, dry hopped with Mosaic, Simcoe, and Cascade hops, adding full aromas of pineapple and guava. We have just under 19,000 check-ins at 3.76.
Honestly, I had this beer on tap a few weeks ago at Bar Louie, and it's only because we were just over in the Promenade. Toby, shut the F up. We were over at the Promenade, and we just got to, have a beer or two. And Bar Louie had it on tap, and I thought it was fantastic. Very tropical, very fruity, soft mouthfeel. It's a great beer.
There we go.
Yeah.
Trevor, what about yourself? What are you sipping on?
I'm also I'm going to sip on a New Belgian beer. I'm going to do the Wild Ride. Never had it before.
What is Wild Ride, Jonathan?
It is Amber IPA. It's our 30th anniversary seasonal. It's a tribute to Fat Tire. So it comes in at 7% and as citrus hopped. So essentially we took the base of Fat Tire, bumped up the ABV, and bumped up the hoppiness with a bunch of citrus hops.
So kind of like an old school IPA.
Yeah.
And then it is dry hopped with Mosaic, Galaxy, and Idaho 7.
Yep.
It has a decidedly American style aroma that rolls over a malty sweet and fruity amber characteristics. It is the perfect reflection of the last 30 years, totally recognizable, a little unexpected, and easy to love. What a wild ride it's been. Just under 7,000 check-ins at 3.7.
Yeah, this is good. This is what every IPA tasted like 25 years ago.
Which I still love going back to the style.
Yeah.
Yeah. I honestly.
Yeah, it's got a lot more maltiness than any IPA you'd probably find around today. It's really smells good. It's great. Yeah, it's good. It's I would probably a lot of IPAs I like drinking on the not warm but not super cold. This one's actually right out of the fridge, pretty cold, and it's pretty refreshing like that. So it's good.
And I've heard pretty dangerous too at 7% when it's nice and cold and goes down that easy.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a good beer.
That is the one thing that the old IPAs were, and you could just drink them. That's why the old school ones like Bell's Two Hearted, High Lie, you just drink them and you think you're fine, and then you stand up after 3 of them and you go, oh, hello, there you were, my old friend. So, Josh, what are you sipping on?
I just cracked open this Cedar Grove. I don't know if you can see that label, but it's a barrel culture botanist and barrel collab. Hard to tell on the label.
What's its name?
Spontaneous Cedar Grove.
Oh, Cedar Grove.
Spontaneously fermented wild ale with blueberries, 5.7%. These guys are.
Josh.
I missed this style. Not a lot of people are doing it anymore. I haven't tasted it yet, so I'll let you know in like 2 seconds. But no, yeah, it smells funky as shit.
In general, like the spontaneously fermented ales, you know.
I used to love them. They give me like serious heartburn and indigestion anymore. So if I eat enough Tums beforehand, yeah, I don't mind. But which I probably should have done before this. It already smells like
A wild ale aged on tons of fresh blueberries. This beer is 2 years in the making, so we're thrilled that the way it turned out. We can't wait to get y'all's hands on it. Back in 2019, January 2019, we filled 2 totes with wort that was comprised of 100% local malts, raw wheat, thanks to our friends at Riverbend Malt and Epiphany Craft Malt, and then drove them over to Botanist and Barrel to sit next to their blueberry fields overnight to be inoculated by the yeast and bacteria in the air. We then processed and added hundreds of pounds of blueberries from the Botanist and Barrel farms. This has got a whopping 82 check-ins with a 405 rating.
Yeah, I don't know if this was like actually released yet. We're working on a collab with these guys and they sent me a bunch of weird shit. So this could be one of those partial release things. It's crazy smooth. It's got like a nice little tart blueberry finish to it, but nice little funk from that spontaneous fermentation. It's really nice. I don't get into these beers a lot anymore, but
What's the ABV on that?
5.7.
It's pretty high for spontaneous. I mean,
yeah, they're usually like 4 area 5.
Yeah.
It's nice. We actually, so this was the brewery that we bought our first brew system from, and then it ended up like trading hands like 4 times and then never was actually brewed on. So bringing it full circle, gonna brew a collab with them.
Fraz, what do you got?
All right. Well, okay. Why don't we pick for me?
Mooch.
Urge.
You want it first? Okay. I mean, I was definitely going to drink it, but all right, let's go. All right. The apt name, Smooge Strawberry Banana Smoothie Seltzer. John, have you heard of these things?
I have not heard of a smoothie seltzer yet.
Well, here you go, Fruit Smasher. A heavily fruited hard seltzer loaded with all natural strawberry banana. Technically a seltzer, but thick and like a smoothie like texture. Gluten and dairy free. And my God, I guess the Dirty Glass Gang may be all over me, but nah, son.
Gee, thick.
It's so thick. This is going to be. So it is at 5.1%. You are with just over 4,200 check-ins. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, a seltzer rates at a 4.45. That is abomination style territory.
What are the calories in this thing?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, 240.
Per serving. Does it say it on the can?
Yeah. Yes, sir. In big
I
letters.
was gonna say, how does it not? Oh, wow. Yeah, they just must have re-updated that for national distro because you need that.
Yeah, it is. Ironically enough, this brand is GoPuff's #1 SKU nationally. It smells exactly like it's supposed to. No, it's a straight up fruit smoothie.
Yeah,
Straight up.
I don't know how they call it a seltzer. They're just calling it a seltzer just to tag along with the movie.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. It's bullshit.
I agree.
It's an alcoholic fruit smoothie.
Well, they're calling it a seltzer because there's no grain in it, so it's not a beer. So it's just straight up like fruited base alcohol. That's how they're.
Is it sugar cane sugar?
Yes. Yep. Yeah. There's our.
It doesn't say. It says carbonated water, strawberry puree, banana puree, alcohol.
On their website, it says cane sugar, and that's wild. It just says alcohol. Maybe they're classifying it as an alcoholic seltzer for National Distro, but
Right.
on their website, it says cane sugar.
Mm-hmm. Legit fruit in big letters, and straight up, dude. This is his fruit smoothie.
And sexy metallic print. They got that
Oh, yeah.
Ferrari feel. Those cans are fucking. Whoo!
Wow.
Look at that.
Yeah.
What's the price point on?
That's
Yeah, do you know?
Yeah. They go for anywhere between $4 and $6 a can is what I've seen them going for.
So they're
12-ounce can.
They're not cheap. It's cheap.
Josh is right. 12-ounce can. And fuck, man, though, you could just
Roz, what was the other flavor it comes in?
pina colada and mixed berry will be released in our area in the summer. Yeah, I regrettably will need to get a new glass because there's no rinsing this. Holy mother of God.
No.
Did we already get to Fruit Smashers beer? No, we didn't. Fruit
No.
Smasher.
All
Because
right.
this is a fruit smash, bro.
I'm doing Dominga,
Okay.
New Belgium's new mimosa sour. I do not have a glass.
Oh, you're a beer drinker.
Yeah, I drink it out of the can.
Ah.
You.
Oh, wow. This has got a long. New Belgium loves their fucking.
Yes, we do. Do you want the Reader's Digest version?
Yeah, cut it down.
Storytellers.
Cut it down because this is huge.
Coming in at 6%.
All right.
Coming in at 6%. This is a blend with our wood aged sour, our golden ale, which is also known as Felix, brewed with calamansi fruit, which comes from the Philippines. It's a mix of citrus. It's a citrus fruit, but it's a little sweet. It's really delicious. I gotta tell you, I really dig this beer. It's got that citrusy sweetness to it, along with a little bit of a tart tang to it.
Just over 1,100 check-ins at 3.8.
Yeah, I'll tell you that beer's fantastic. I never heard of a calamansi fruit in my life, and then but it tastes great. We tried it the other day. It's good.
Yeah, that it'd make it's a great anytime beer, especially in the summer. I think it's gonna be great. Sunday morning with brunch.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I've already done that a couple Sunday mornings.
I like it. All right. Well, now it's time for In the News.
In the news.
So, first topic is a sad one. Kraft is down 5% for the last 4 weeks in Nielsen data. It's a food store flops. Are last year's off-premise gains washing away? Off-premise, Jesus Christ. Off-premise picture is getting softer for beer. And craft beer segment is experiencing one of the biggest swings from prior gains to declines. Craft beer is down 5% in sales. Volume is down 7%. And through March, as total beer is flat. So craft beer lost 0.6 of its share to total beer, and it is now starting to lose a bit year to date. But craft isn't alone. Premium light lagers down 7%. Below premium lagers down 10%. Premium regular down 6%. Cider down 7%. Malt liquor down 12%. All of these are now, even while there are some categories that are gaining. Imports up 6%. I have no idea how. Super premium up 3%. Yay, that's us. And of course, the wonderful seltzer is up 7%. But multiple major brands in seltzer are down. White Claw is down 3.5%. Corona Seltzer down 1.5%. Smirnoff Seltzer down 20%. And the big reason they're saying is food stores. Total beer is down, and convenience brands among the top craft families. Sam Adams is down 22%, Blue Moon down 11, Lagunitas down 12. All across the board for all the big craft except for one brand. Would you like to guess what that one brand is?
Belgium.
Yeah, there it is.
I don't need to guess. I get the emails.
You're up 1.4% overall. You're up 9% in dollars. And C-stores are key for New Belgium's sustained 50% goal growth in the C-store channel. How?
You want to know?
Yes.
Voodoo Ranger Imperial IPA.
100%.
Just the 19s?
19.2 ounce can. That thing is a monster.
That's wow. Yeah, I mean, I do know the local bottle shop here. I have gone and done my sets while I'm there, and I just watch dudes walk in, buy 4 of them, walk out. I have literally watched one dude buy 2. I just get there, he leaves, comes back while I'm still there, like an hour 15 in, buys 2 more. I'm like, what? No,
We
there
see
ain't
that.
cocaine in this.
Yeah, we see this.
Yeah, see,
Oh, wait,
It is our
there
number
is.
one. It is our
I'll
number
let you-
one 19.2. There's no other 19.2 that even comes close. Sierra Nevada tried with the and it's okay. Now Maximus, Lagunitas Maximus is coming out with
Yep.
2s. They're going to try to compete with the Voodoo Imperial, but Voodoo Imperial has like a stranglehold on that market right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Even when you go to like Goose, that beer hug,
Mhm.
they're trying, but
Everybody's
Yeah.
trying.
yeah, and it just keeps crushing.
I mean, now again, I'm biased on the table. I think Highlight rolling out their 19.2s will not affect you guys, but I think they will become a player. And I think more than like say Goose Island Big Hugs or Bear Hugs, whatever it is because it's a proven brand before you scale it up to this size. It's a brand that is already selling. People want it. Okay, well, if I can just grab one giant one at $2.50 or $3 a can, then yeah, I'll take that. And
Right.
I think that was, the Voodoo Ranger when it first came out. I had the store. I'd sell the crap out of it, and I was like, oh, all right, you want to give it to me in a bigger single serve? Great, no problem.
Right.
But now, have you seen what happens to most brands when they go from 16-ounce 4-packs to say 12-ounce 12-packs? Has it just scalped the 12-ounce market, or
Nope.
really? Wow, that's a shock.
I mean, initially, so like Juicy Haze, we did that with the Juicy Haze a couple years, 2 years ago. We took it out of the 16-ounce cans, might be 3 years now, and moved to the 12-ounce can. And it was a bit of a shock for some people. We did see it slow up, but it's come back strong. I mean, when you look at something going up against like Hazy Little Thing from Sierra Nevada, and you're talking 2 national brands there, that drinker, loves the price, loves the package, and loves the voodoo dude, loves Scully.
And that's what I was going to contribute to the conversation. You guys, not only you got quality, you got good products, and you got price. So when you marry all of those things into one package or into your line, it's working. And that's a hard thing for a lot of breweries to do and a lot of breweries to understand. I know Dogfish for years would not discount. They were always apprehensive to any kind of wheeling and dealing, any kind of slotting fees, or any kind of pay for placement. They just weren't into it. I think they've changed their tune a little bit. They're going to have to start doing that because the market is definitely getting more crowded in that macro IPA range. You know what I mean? So they need to. So you guys have done it well, and you're capitalizing on it and doing a great job.
Thanks. Yeah, I think we started seeing him, the Voodoo brand family, chugging along. In 2019, 2020 was off to the start of a good year, and then the pandemic just, I don't know what people identified with, or if it was just a brand that a lot of people were familiar with and knew, and they just boom, just like everyone grabbed the hold, remembered how good it was, and just keep buying it.
I like it. All right. Has anybody cracked another beer yet?
The other thing I want to add is, who really believes this Nielsen data?
Well, the interesting thing is, Neil, it's
Because I don't.
it's incomplete data.
It is.
Like, that's one thing you have to, we all like everyone has to remember
What
about
are you looking at?
it, because like you got, like, your JJ store not taken into account in all this.
Yeah.
I think all the distributors in Pennsylvania are not taken into account for this kind of data. So
It's data based on IRI that
Yep.
comes from supermarkets, convenience stores,
Yep.
and approved brands, right? So it's mainly macro craft, not micro or nano. So is it, and the pandemic's involved in it. So when you're comparing data that's kind of flawed from a year ago compared to today,
right.
you add in that incomplete data. I don't know, man. I want to give it a few more months before I make any kind of decisions, on Nielsen data.
We need a song for Conspiracy JJ.
So does anybody here in this panel agree with me in what I just said? How's that?
Well, I mean, I agree that I think all this data that we just had over the last year is very inflated. And I think there's going to be a hard snapback that a lot of people aren't really anticipating. When bars, restaurants, all the shit opens back up, there's going to be, everybody started ramping up production. So I don't necessarily, like Faraz just said, everything's down. We're starting to see that while everybody's getting vaccinated and able to go back out again. I think that going to liquor stores, going to beer distributors, going to grocery stores and buying beer is going to hit hard.
It'll change
over the next couple of months. And it's going to, when something skyrockets, it always has a correction. So I think we're looking at that over the next couple months here.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I don't think you're going to see it plummet. I think you're going to see it gradually. It's going to be, you might see a dip or two, for the off, for your distributors and grocery stores, at certain points. But I think overall, it's going to, if anything, it'll be a more moderate, numbers, decline.
Well, you got to think, a lot of these breweries that are now distributing, they only have so much capacity. When they're able to open their doors again and people are drinking in their bars, they're not going to distro anymore. Right. Why would they? They can't even really like that. The only reason they were doing that is because they had all this beer, they had all this production that now they had to survive and send it out there. So that's going to drop off.
Oh, that's going to drop. Yeah. Gotcha.
Just sending it out, and they're going to be changing their direction versus like, let's make cans and send everything out to in-house consumption. Yeah.
Right.
That's why data right now is just, any data you read right now is just not reliable, in my opinion. We're going to find a lot out in the next 6 months. And, we go from there.
I agree. All right, Trevor, I saw you open a beer. What'd you open?
Ooh.
Abomination. There it is.
Let me read what Josh felt like writing. Or
I think there actually is a. I think there is. No, I did write this one. I think there is an actual description of this.
We recently got together with our good friends at Beer Zombies and brewed up a long distance collaboration we can't wait to get into your glasses. Zombie Fog is an incredibly dank and juicy triple IPA that comes in clocking at 10.6%, brewed with Golden Promise, flaked oats, and wheat. And then we triple dry hop this monster of a brew with a luscious blend of Mosaic, Citra, Mutaka, Pacific Jade, and Summit. Tasting notes of a ripe mango, lychee, tropical citrus fruits, and a subtle dank finish that keeps you coming back for more. 503 check-ins, 4.38.
Yeah, Doc, I don't know what your secret is with like hiding the alcohol in your high alcohol beers, but man, like this does not taste like it's 10%. It's the same with like Midnight Snack was the same way. What was that thing, like 15% or something? You couldn't tell.
14,
like,
yeah.
yeah, it's freaking great. It's so smooth and like the mouthfeel is just amazing. It's
Thanks,
awesome.
man. That's one of my favorite IPAs we've ever made. It's bad news. Yeah, I feel like you could blind taste test people and they would think that's like 7% area.
Yeah, for sure.
I always love when breweries, can do that, when they can brew such a good beer, and then it's like, oh, by the way, it's 15%.
You're like, oh shit.
Yeah, I mean that's how you know, like when you get that booziness or that phenol like taste from the alcohol. In some styles it works, but honestly, like oh my gosh, what was it? Avery's the Kaiser, their Imperial Oktoberfest.
Oh, damn, I wish I'd tried that.
Oh, you've definitely tried that beer.
What was the ABV on it?
I think it was like 8.5, like 9.
Okay. Just drank like an all day. Just
It's not extreme enough for Josh.
I know.
I mean, we
He's
could,
like, "That's
we could go to 8. We could do
Oh, 8.5%.
Okay. I mean, you could. I mean, go down the Avery list. I mean, what else do you want? Mephistopheles Stout at like
There you go.
13.5 or whatever it was.
Oh, I
But you
remember
tasted
drinking
it.
stuff from them back in the day that was like 18%.
18.
Yeah, no,
Oh yeah,
that'd be-
yeah, like the
Tweak.
tweak. Yeah, I
Mhm.
saw. I have
Yeah.
a ball of that in the basement.
Don't drink it. Don't. It'll make you so sad. It'll make you so unbelievably sad. I did it just not that long ago. We did a vertical of like 3 years of tweaks, and the coffee was gone, and they were just
Booze
not.
bombs.
Yeah, they
Well, those were
weren't fun.
barrel aged, weren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
What was the
And-
ABV?
18.8.
Yeah. Not
All right,
surprised.
so here, time out real quick. We have 3 people watching. So everybody watching, please smash that subscribe button, like the video. It's gonna help. It's gonna help. We want to get to the AC Beer Fest. This is our goal.
Road to the beer fest. Faraz has this open on 3 different fucking channels on his at his house. He's got his laptop open.
Wait.
He's got an iPad. He's just watching on every angle. He's like, how do I look?
Mute so there's no echo. Mute so there's no echo.
Have you guys heard the story of like the greatest beer run ever, or the like greatest beer run in history? The story kind of just came out a couple weeks ago. So a dude from New York back during the Vietnam War, like there were a couple guys from the neighborhood, and I guess he wasn't drafted, but he wanted to go do something for them. So he took like 10 cases of like New York local beer and trekked all over Vietnam to deliver beer, like home American beer, to his buddies. And they're talking about making a movie about it.
Oh shit.
Well, they would during Nam. They would during the drops. They would just airdrop pallets of Bud. That would be in with all the food, all the resupplies. It would just be pallets of it.
Faraz,
But yeah,
like he got Agent Orange or something.
Bro, there's money in supporting a war. You yeah, I'm gonna drop. They see that Budweiser fucking, dropping down. I'm sure the whole airplane was red and just said Budweiser on the side of it. Knowing those guys.
No, but they're gonna come home and just drink it. It was the same.
Well,
thing
exactly.
where-
They're Bud boys for life.
Yeah.
That's where the term like Bud heavy, because like those dudes, which they won't even let you say anymore if you work at that's not Anheuser-Busch, right? Budweiser.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah,
AB InBev.
they tell you if you're like a like paid actor or whatever, like don't say Bud heavy because it it makes people think that you get fat from it. But like that was the thing back in the, it's crazy. They're so ahead of the game in marketing. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, you're right though. Like if you have a beer or a certain beer, when you're experiencing something with heightened emotion, it does have an attachment. It does have an attachment.
Yeah, well, that's all those macro breweries. They want you to just like, oh my dad was a Bud guy, so I'm a Bud guy now. They get out of a Ford truck or whatever, they're fucking wrangling up whatever they want. I don't know.
All right, who's drinking something else?
That's gonna be my abomination commercial, by the way.
Yeah.
My dad was an abomination guy. Gets out of a Ford wearing fucking cowboy boots, ready to go.
What you drinking, JJ?
All right, I got Joe from Great Lakes dropped off a couple samples, and I'm drinking the Great Lakes Beer Wolf Dunkelweizen, and it's Bier Wolf for us.
Got it.
I haven't had a Dunkelweizen in years.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty cool style. I remember drinking it a long time ago. Haven't had one in a long time, so we'll see how it is.
Cold brew coffee, chocolate, and orange peel creep into the heart of this German-style Dunkelweizen, transforming a once traditional brew into a hauntingly decadent hybrid. Just under 9,300 check-ins, 6.6 ABV, 3.65.
Honestly, the chocolate really stands out with the wheat yeast strain. It's pretty damn good. It's pretty tasty. The chocolate goes really well with the vine. I'm assuming they use Vine Stefan yeast strain. That banana cloviness that goes on with that yeast strain. It's a great compliment, man. I like it.
Hold that glass up. I want to see that color.
It looks a little.
Yeah, it's dark. Looks good.
Dunkelweizen is another one of those brands that just doesn't. It's kind of going away like Kolsch.
It doesn't sell real well. It's not trendy or hot, but I like
delicious.
it. Yeah.
One of my favorite beers of all time, Weyerbacher's Slam Dunkel from back in the day.
Yeah.
Whew. Oh my God, I was so sad. Like 2012, 13, whenever they stopped making that, that was my favorite beer getting into craft beer. I loved that shit. If only it sold in 16-ounce cans, or maybe we'll call it a Dunkel seltzer, and then we'll probably be on to something.
All right. Anybody else started a second beer? Because I guess it's my turn. Oh, what you got here?
The fruit smash.
Fruit smasher.
You're really disappointing for Oz. I got to tell you, he
Good. I
absolutely hates.
It's making my day. It's the tropical punch. Yeah, make sure it's the tropical punch.
Yeah, I'm on it. Kick back and smash with this Fruit Smash hard seltzer, made with real fruit juice and still only 100 calories. Fruit Smash is a bold, flavorful alternative to basic seltzers. 338 check-ins, 4.7 ABV, and 3.58, which is actually what's more in line for seltzers.
Pretty good.
Is it a nice, refreshing palate cleanser?
Very much so. Between the Dominga and then the IPA I'm going to have, I'm like, this will be nice little break.
Nice. Josh, what about you? You got a second one?
Yeah, I mean, I opened something that I don't necessarily want to talk about because it's not great. But
I think I saw what it was.
oh well, I am drinking Miller High Life as a palate cleanser. That's definitely not what I was talking about. Yeah, Miller High Life. It's fantastic.
There you go. All right. So then,
Yeah, I mean, I opened this up, but I'm about to crack a fuck 2020 to palate cleanse that shit.
all right. So fuck 2020, the triple dry hop version, I assume.
Yeah.
There we go.
I don't think we've talked about this on here. Sam Heimer made some sweet. Did I give you some of these when I saw you, Fraz?
Yes. Yes,
Right. You see that sexy metallic veneer we added?
I did. It was
Bougie.
shiny.
That's all I texted Sam. I said, make it fucking shiny.
So, would you like your extensive write up on this one?
Is there actually one?
No, there's nothing.
Oh.
Nope. This is just listed as an Imperial New England Double IPA, 9.7 ABV, just under 200 check-ins at 4.5. Hello.
You know what?
Heyo.
You know what would be funny, Josh, if you would say, this beer absolutely sucks. It's the worst IPA I've ever fucking made. And put it on Untapped and see what happens.
People would go nuts for it. They'd go nuts for
Yeah,
it.
they probably would. I say that every time I'm drinking my stuff in public, like at 12%. They're like, what are you drinking? I'm like, I don't know, this fucking trash. Like,
Yeah.
dude.
Hop water. All right, gentlemen. What would you like me to drink next?
Well, it's got to be a
What is that?
abomination. You got to send it.
Well, okay. Then I will do
I'm just
Abomination.
kidding.
Okay, well, so I got the Hoofer, which is a strawberry, peanut, and chocolate stout. The ice cream, a milkshake, astronaut milkshake. The Digitox, the Reigning Belma, Edgar, and TDH Alien Church.
I'm curious about the bullfrog, the Edgar, the bullfrog
Mhm.
Edgar, or that peanut butter jelly. What was that? What?
Yeah, no, let's not do this one because that's just
Yeah.
going to put me on the
I
floor.
wouldn't-
I'm just looking at
What's the
Edgar,
ABV
too.
on that? The ABV on that flavor is what, like 10%? That's
Yep, 10%.
a Skygazer Fat Orange Cat Club.
Yep.
I've had the Belma. I know that Belma is fantastic.
Good. Better be. All right.
What is this, an IPA?
Yes, it is. I have had Edgar multiple times before from our friends at Bullfrog. Let's see. I definitely have looked this one up. All right. As the story goes, I was redesigning our IPA to be bigger and better, but as it came together, it started to take on a life of its own. After much deliberation and several pints of our new creation, we decided to name him after the master of macabre, Edgar Allan Poe, as a tribute to his aptly named short story, Hop Frog, as Edgar fermented and spewed his almost abusive hop aroma throughout the pub. Just over 14,000 check-ins and a 3.76. This is the first time it's ever been canned. For those in our area, for the Lehigh Valley, this is the first time that Bullfrog has come back in 4 or 5 years. It looks clean. It looks like a very traditional. It's listed as an American IPA.
There used to be bottles, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, and it was initially 22s.
Yeah, the big boys. That was the
yeah.
only time I ever drank that beer.
It's a perfectly acceptable old school IPA. It's 8%, which is a little surprising for how easy it drinks. It's another one of those, like we talked earlier, an old school IPA that you just have no idea how strong it is when you're drinking because you're not getting hit with like a hop burn or an alcohol burn. You're just drinking a smooth, I could just drink this. Yeah, give me another one. Sure, give me another one. And then cut me off because I don't know what the hell I'm drinking.
So what was Bullfrog's deal with distro and then no distro? It's kind of like they fell off the face of the earth for a couple of years and now they're back. So
What I can say is that they necessarily may not have been authorized to be distributed in our area, and they were being distributed in our area. And then when people who follow the rules came into place, they said, no, we can't play that game. So then it became, and now they agreed to be destroyed into our area, and they're back. And I think, while I don't know how much this is going to be, let me go out and grab a case of this. I think on draft, if you're at a bar, this is a great beer. I would love to sit at a bar and just drink this. This would be an excellent draft option.
Is this the contract brewed batch from New Trail?
It is. It is. Well, when you're the other brewery in Williamsport, I mean, who are you going to ask to help you?
Who were they distributed by when they weren't supposed to be? Because can't you technically just self-distro in Pennsylvania? So what was the issue?
You can. Yes, you can. Except if you've signed distribution agreements, then there are a lot of times what they'll do is they'll say, okay, you've signed a distribution contract into this area, and we will not allow you to self-distro into neighboring counties. You can self-distro in other areas, but not neighboring counties.
Let's just say the prior.
So somebody in the Lehigh Valley was tight.
Yeah. So let's just say the prior wholesaler before the current wholesaler was rather rogue about its distribution.
Can't no say. All right, back to the news. So, ironically, what did we talk about earlier? On-premise seems volume climb sequentially. So, the tech company Beer Board has released its newest on-premise status report. The latest exam period, which covers March 25th through the 28th, shows that while open rate is still hovering above 90%, about 92%, as it has for most of 2021, other key metrics were upward bounds. The average number of taps is still only around 18 per location, but the volume is up 6%. While at this time last year, they were starting to trend down by negative 33%. Nevada was up 16%, and Georgia was up 10%, and Florida was up just under 7%. The rate of sale was up for a second consecutive period, and the biggest gainer was Craft. Craft gained almost 32%, and domestic macros gave up that share. So what do we think? Was that not what we were just talking about, kids? How funny is that?
So what do you think a magic number is for your average on-premise location for taps and spigots?
Yeah, I thought 18 is fucking pretty ridiculous.
It's 20 to 24.
Seriously?
Yeah, that's the number. That's the number that they're goaling off of.
At a brewery or at like?
I would say it.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Josh.
I was just asking, like that's I don't know, just like at a brewery or like a place like Grain. Is that what we're talking about?
Sure.
Okay.
I think if you're talking about somewhere like Grain, you want to hover 18 at the max, I would say. If you're talking sports, like large sports bar venue, you can easily do, like 25 taps, and that's a good cap.
Well, let me ask you this, Jonathan. You know the business, and I don't need you to. You don't have to hurt yourself by saying this. But how does Bar Louie use Bar Louie as an example? They have a pretty extensive tap list, and I got to be honest with you, I don't see a lot of turnover.
Well, right now or in general?
Oh, right now and in general.
So in general, in general, they have a lot of mandates. They have a lot of corporate mandates, and and you also have to know your area, like your territory. I mean, I'll talk like PJs. I mean, even before I was in the beer industry, PJs, had their staples. I'm talking to one, and they had their mandates, but then they had like a good rotation of beers. And every once in a while, you'll get like maybe one or two that are stinkers. They just sit there. But for a place that can always be packed and always turn over people and you have a variety of people going there, a large enough bar could handle, I feel like 20 taps, but that's a lot. Now you have other places that are like small, like super crafty accounts that could also handle upwards of 18 taps. Because I mean, if you think about, like, if you run through, I actually just did this the other day with a bar manager, actually bar owner. You can easily get, you could 12 is like the tops if you just want to do like 4 rotating IPAs, as your craft selection.
So there's a bar in Center Valley, and I think we all know. I'm not going to mention a name, but there's a bar in Center Valley, right? There's not many bars in Center Valley that has a pretty extensive draft list, and I've had some really raunchy beers come out of that draft system, and not during COVID alone, prior to COVID, and I think 40 is just like way too much. 18 is tops. I think you'd rather hyper focus on some really good stuff and not be a whore and do 40 to 60. I don't know.
But that's the thing. Like that was the trend 10 years ago. How many we have 100 beers on tap.
So I'll say this: it's a big dick contest, and I'm going to use Faraz here as an example. Right? They measure from the balls.
I mean, I think really the way to go if you want to offer variety is to offer bottles, cans, anything in that sort of format.
Yeah.
What do you have to buy a case? Like minimally? Okay, here we go. I got to sell 24 of these and they're fucking gone versus, 40 if you're looking at a sixtel.
Yep.
And you're paying double the price.
Trevor, local bar.
We were selling a local bar, Sip of Sunshine, by the case, and they flew through it. And for some reason, they just didn't want to do that anymore. I don't know, but yeah.
I don't mind buying a fresh can at a brewery or like brew pub, something like that. Like, I'd rather have.
I'll be honest with you. I think more bars should focus on that, and maybe they get in a 10 can list. Oh, these are the brews that we have to offer in 16-ounce cans that are hyper local. They're very rare to find, and you do one case at a time. And you know what? So what if you sell it out? Then we only have 8, or we only have 7 or 6. Who gives a shit, right?
So
the commitment is so much smaller to 24 cans.
100%.
Right. And now the other great thing about this new era that we're in with the on-prem like that is, the QR code. Menus are online now, and all the bar manager has to do is be like, okay, here's the new one, done. Here's the next case that we brought in. And then like last, maybe you have 2 on the bottom. It's like last chance. Yeah.
Oh, that's another thing that people don't utilize. Oh, running low. We're about out of this. Like, even if you're not, just put it on there.
There is a
slow seller running low. No, but I feel like honestly, that's what the market's going to turn into post-COVID, because that's what's going to be available. Everybody's going to go back into canning. Everybody invested a shitload of money into canning during COVID. So now it's like, nah, you want a log? Sorry, here's a case. And I think As it from a consumer standpoint, I would rather have that shit at a bar anyway, rather than a keg that who knows how long it's been
Joe
sitting.
Faraz.
And tapped. How many taps, dude? People don't know how to tap beer. How many times have you gone to a bar that shit's fucking oxidized because it's been hooked up for 2 fucking days, and then their cleaner came in and then took it off, ran draft lines through it, fucking oxidized the keg, not knowing how to unhook it. Like it happens all the time. I 10 years of being in every single side of this industry, I see it from everywhere. And I just feel like it's a much more reliable vessel to get beer into consumers' hands. Coming from a brewer standpoint at this point, I would rather have that versus something sitting there for a while.
If I was running a bar or a tap room or whatever, I'd be investing in 16-ounce cans for sure. But Faraz, did you just hear Josh say log? CT, bro.
Well, he lives in CT, bro. He's CT, bro.
Dude,
CT, bro.
I hated when people said that shit. I think it was Pennsylvania people that got me saying it.
Oh yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Every time I was,
No, it fucking wasn't.
No, it was every time I was talking to distributors. They were like, "Oh, how many logs are you gonna send my way?" It's like,
no,
100%. All right, you know, you're right. It was $6 in Pennsylvania, 100% $6.
100%. It's only in your fucking weird ass New Englandy fucking states.
No, you know who used to say log all the time was fucking what's that?
We know.
What's that one distributor? Bob. Fuck, Fraz, you know what I'm talking about.
I know, I do know what you're talking about, and I'm not going to say his name. Me too, bro. So before we get to our next topic, gentlemen.
A log, a sixtel? Is that what that means?
Yes, a log is a six, exactly.
But that's what like old heads used to call it back in like the 80s, maybe. I guess.
Go out to Berks County. It's still logs.
Really? Oh, that makes me sad.
I mean, like in the distributors, in most bar rooms. Like,
they call it.
Well, sorry, JJ, they're logs now.
No, they're not logs.
No.
Yes,
that was like
I'm all for this. How many logs of Captain Dynamite you want?
Oh,
and I feel like I've had this conversation with you, Faraz, that they would come in and be like, "Yeah, we're sending out 30 logs of Wandering in the Fog." I was like, "What the fuck did you just say?" Log is just a very unappealing term. Like I don't want to hear it.
Thank you. I don't want to take a shit and have
I'm
a
sorry.
six-foot.
No, you caught me on a slip up, and maybe it is New England's getting to me because
Dude,
that shit
fuck.
before.
Are you wearing a pair of Sperry's? Are you got boat shoes on right now, motherfucker? I'm
on a boat, so
that's all right, gentlemen.
That's all we do out here.
Exactly. Am I drinking ice cream milkshake or Digitox?
I mean, you got to drink that ice cream milkshake for the end.
That's fine. Like, I'm not going to get drunk on the end of this show. Come on, man. That's how this rolls. That's how we roll here.
So, fun fact, those guys just beat us today in like Connecticut's best brewery.
What? Oh, really?
Crushed us. And I was talking to, because we've collabed with Tox before. We did that Toxic Earth, which is like a matcha green tea double IPA with them. And he was texting me a couple days ago. Was like, "I'm gonna get my Russian bots on this shit." They crushed us. Texting him tomorrow, be like, "I know what you fucking did, dude. You literally joked about that shit, but then got Russian bots on this. Like, every single matchup prior to this, it wasn't even close. We like killed everybody. They killed us.
All right. So Digitox from Tox Brewing. Tox is a scaled up hoptimally, saturated double IPA version of our beloved Foxglove, ramping up the New Zealand and American hop combination that is near and dear to our hearts. Is not a project we took lightly. True to Foxglove's straw yellow color and pillowy mouthfeel, Digitox exudes big flavors of white wine grape, ripe melon, lemongrass, citrus fruit, and berries. A whopping 109 check-ins, 8.5 ABV, 425. So there's no way they should have beat your ass, Russian bots. JJ, turn your people off of this brand. No, come on, man.
Nah, they're great guys, they make really good beer. It's a really nice solid.
It's a
beer.
really fucking good beer, though. Oh man, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought it was super dank.
yeah, it's dank and green as shit. I bet I could let this sit for a hot minute and it would still be good. Woo! But this is one of them like you want to feel New England in your chest? Yeah, I feel New England in my chest. Ooh, ho, ho, ho. Yeah, all right.
I just
This
cracked
is what'd you crack?
Invisible Pink Unicorn
In,
from
I like that
Checkers.
label.
Checker spot.
Yep, from down in Baltimore.
You mean it's
all
not,
right.
it's not a natty bow?
That's why we can't go to Rofo, hun. You can't get any brews with our chicken, hun. This
I thought
Nipa
that was gonna be
slash
like a
hazy.
Checkers collab.
This Nipa slash hazy IPA is juicy, soft, with pineapple and tropical fruit notes from El Dorado, Zaka, and Yukon hops. Just under over 1,800 check-ins, 7% ABV, 386.
Wait, 1,800 check-ins. Who? What's this brewery?
Checker spot.
It's got a great outdoor place. I mean, I was there this past weekend, and it was like pop. Like they had this entire like what probably would have normally been like the little parking spot to go inside and hang out. The whole thing was just like tables and like every single table and chair was packed.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How is the beer?
The beer's delicious. It's brightly citrusy, but the mouthfeel is like smooth and like full. Not I don't want to say like overwhelmingly full, and it's just juicy, just like dry hop the hell.
I like it. I like it a lot. All right. Did anybody else drink anything, or should I go to the next topic?
Next up.
All right. Next topic. DC Brow teams up with Washington Justice for esports sponsorship. And Sip of Justice Lager, the largest brewer in Washington, D.C., is the latest to join the esports fray, as DC Brow has announced its partnership with local esports team. The Washington Justice are the exclusive Overwatch franchise for Virginia, Maryland, and Washington, D.C. And the brewery will release a commemorative lager dubbed Sip of Justice for its upcoming season, with limited edition cans featuring the Washington Monument and Capitol. So we know who's not going to buy that beer. Will be sold exclusively at Justice hosted events later in the 2021 season and at DC Brow's Top Room location, which offers curbside pickup, according to the article. It'll also be featured in a bi-weekly content series, as well as live streams throughout the 2021 Overwatch League season. To the point, mostly major U.S. beer brands that have turned esports sponsorships into an arena with typically younger viewers and players are rapidly rising in popularity. So, what do we think about this?
I think it's a pretty bad marketing strategy.
I don't know about. I don't know.
Dude, 90% of these people that are playing these games and are participating in these are 16 to 18 years old. If you actually see these esports players, their like entire career is like 16 to 18. Which how wild is that? Like they retire at the age of 18. I'm telling you, the actual like players of them, the people that watch it on Twitch and all that shit, I'm sure know. But the people that are like participating and playing, they can't drink beer.
That might be the key, because I think this may be an opportunity.
So just from a watching standpoint.
Hold. Let me. Has anyone been to an Overwatch League like match?
No.
No.
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Where would this be held?
It was held down in Philly at
FU Center. It was the FU Center, wasn't it?
No.
No, Xfinity did it, didn't they?
No, they did a watch party there, but then they actually had the players there. It was one of the concert venues.
So it was a bigger venue.
Yeah. it was full of people. The whole first floor was full. All the boxes where I was sitting was full. The first couple rows, probably of the third level, was full. And yeah, my friends and I got wrecked watching esports, and we weren't the only ones.
I took my stepson 2 years ago to the Fortnite World Cup. It was insane. The stadium was packed.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, there are
With adults that are able to drink.
No, it's not just kids that are going. Like this, the event I went to, like, you probably, I would say 60% of the people were drinking.
Damn, really? Maybe I'm just being an old man about this.
I think it's an opportunity that can't be missed. I think if you're not in it, you're going to be left behind. I really, truly think so.
I mean, there's a reason why, AB. I mean, there's the whatchamacallit down in Philly, the Fusion, like that new arena stadium they're opening up there. There's a reason why, big breweries are trying to get in there.
So, despite the fact that while Josh is correct, most esports players retire at the age of 25, the viewer demographic is much older than you would expect it to be. It is 29, with 40% of the audience being between 25 and 34. So if that's your audience, that's who you want to sell to. I can tell you that every NBA team has an esports team that they sponsor. My sister is the accountant for one of the esports teams in New York City. And the amount of money these people make is upsetting. It's absolutely mind-boggling and upsetting. So this is how it works. If you join an esports team, like a legit one that you're getting, the average salary is $50K. $50K. Then they put you up in a house for free with everything paid for. Your food paid for, your internet paid for, and all your game gear is paid for. And then you can make money.
They get you controllers?
They get you everything. It's all that shit is.
They're all PCs.
Yeah, they're all PCs, but it's just but they pay for all those rigs. So she told me, she's like, I'm writing checks for these children. I'm like, you're not old yourself. She's like, they're children. They're children. And yeah, it's amazing. It's like this. And I think exactly right. I think it's a super smart move. Like, if this is where the market is going and this is the new hot thing and the average age is 29 of the people who watch it, then that is the perfect age to get people to be like, craft beer, because those people don't want to be sitting there drinking Miller Lights while they're in the stands. They want to actually, they didn't grow up on them. They're not, your dad's abomination. They want abomination. There you go, Josh. That's your next thing.
Yeah, in all honesty,
I mean, I'm into it. You're talking me into it.
Yeah, in all honesty, Josh,
I'm gonna play Fortnite later and just talk to kids later and be like, yo, you want
Yo, who wants a sponsorship, son? Who wants a sponsorship? I'll send you a log.
Yo, you whoop my ass. Yo, I'll send you a log. Your parents have. We got to check their ID. Just your parents. It's fine. What were you gonna say, JJ?
No, I get on too, and like I'll get in a party and it'll be like, what the fuck's going on? I'm with like a bunch of 12-year-olds, and it is terrible.
Anybody have a mic?
Oh my god. And then
JJ,
you get
just
your
don't say
ass
some racist
whooped is
shit.
the worst part. And you get your ass beat.
Oh, I get my ass beat. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the worst frustrating thing. Is like, how'd you like that? You're like, oh.
Motherfucker, if I could come home after school and just play video games like I used to, why don't we go play Super Mario Brothers? Do you want to play Metroid, son? Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're lucky this isn't fucking Halo 3. You don't even know what that world is like.
No, give me Halo 1. I'll wreck.
Oh yeah. Dude, and those, like, the online world of that was just, bad. Everyone that ever played that game could be canceled right now for shit they said in those lobbies.
Have you guys seen that Halo and Pringles have a collaboration to give
Bro, what is
Halo,
happening in this world?
yeah, Halo flavored potato chips?
Oh yeah.
What does that mean?
What does that even mean? The fuck is Halo flavor?
I'll pull it up. I don't understand what it is.
Here's what
But,
it's called: cross merchandising.
Yeah, 100%.
That's 100% what it is. It's like putting, sticks of gum by the condoms in a grocery store,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like mint by the yeah.
I might put like a bottle of vodka next to the condoms. I don't.
Yeah.
We're in Pennsylvania, Jay.
Well, it's just like what that marshmallow peeps versus or
Yeah.
times Pepsi, that cream soda or some shit that they're making. Like,
Yeah.
When did
they're
their guys start looking like the Natty Bow dude?
which who?
Wait, are you trying to say that Master
Pringles
Chief looks
guy.
like the Natty Bow?
Oh
or
yeah,
no?
he definitely does.
He's the Natty
Oh,
Bow guy.
100%.
Two eyes.
It is the natty.
Oh.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Hey, hun, why's the Pringles guy looking like my beer, hun?
No, but everybody in like mass marketing is now taking the craft brewers approach and just like, oh man, how do we get more people involved? Let's do a weird fucking collab that has nothing to do with anything and have them come on board. Like that Peeps and Pepsi. Like, are you joking?
Oh, yeah.
Little Nas X and the Devil. Like, come on. Let's
Yeah,
draw a
it's
line. Nobody
so
watching
they're getting so sued for that. Yeah, they're getting.
I know, I love that.
So
I mean, you're literally changing
Also-
Nikes, leaving the Nike logo on there, and just being like, "So this is something different." Like, no, those are Jordans.
Yep. Oh, what are you drinking there? Lollipop?
Lollipop just came out. I'm gonna stick with the Demento theme.
There you go. Lolly hop, oh, lolly, 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 lolly hop. Boom, boom,
Nice.
boom. Don't tell my brother. I
We
did that.
taste pear, citrus, and hints of melon. When we make our annual pilgrimage to the hop-growing hotbed of Yakima Valley, we're like kids in a candy store. We eyeball the hops on the lines. We crush them with our hands and rub them till their oil fills the air. Lollihop brings together three of our favorites. Dry hopping with Citra Mosaic layers in notes of orange, grapefruit, and melon, while Azaka in the kettle adds hints of papaya and pineapple. Locally harvested rustic pale malt provide the backbone and wheat. When oats make this beer silky smooth with a touch of haze. 3,500 check-ins, 8.2 ABV, 404.
Yeah, I gotta tell
Wow.
you, this is one of my favorites from Trogs. It's melon, it's white grape, it's papaya, no bitterness, silky smooth.
I picked up a full pack. It's delicious. I mean, honestly, their 60-ounce can stuff
don't
that's double blizz, lollipop,
Nimble Giant.
Double nectar.
double nectar. Just give me Mad Elf in a 16-ounce can. Just give me. I just want to shotgun it. That's all I want to do.
Yo, we'll have.
Oh,
I'll race you on that one, John. Come.
Yes, done.
Yeah, we're definitely filming that, kids. We're definitely filming that. So, John, why don't you please tell us how you got to New Belgium?
Yeah. So I started working at a grocery store, a large Rochester-based grocery store. And I, started working in the beer section there. Honestly, it was the best 21st birthday present they could have given me when my store got beer in. It was a week before I turned 21. And that's when I just started, trying, different beers. I knew Guinness, I knew, Budweiser and that kind of stuff. But one of the things that really intrigued me was being a fan of history was the history of beer. So I started going down that path, learned all the different, you know, the different styles. And then from that store, I made a lot of connections with people. I mean, I think JJ hated me for a little bit just because my store was doing so well. And then I left that company to join Rusty Rail Brewing, which for a little bit they gave me the first shot at doing my being a beer sales rep. And I think it was like once word was out that I had left Wegmans, one of my former reps, who is my current manager, you know, reached out to me. And when this position opened up for like Lehigh Valley, Bucks County, you know, part of New Belgium, he was like, "Hey, you want to like let's interview for this? You want to interview for this job?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's see what happens." And it's been great. I love the experience I got with Rusty Rail. I mean, I was 13 months with the company van, and I put 83,000 miles on it. So, you know, a lot of time to think, a lot of time to strategize and figure out how to sell beer in central Pennsylvania.
Which in central Pennsylvania, it's got to be rough, man. It's got to be rough.
It's got its hot spots. It's really interesting,
Skook?
especially when you're
In the Skook? Thanks. That's what they call it out
even
there.
more central. Like, let's go Lancaster. Let's go.
Oh, you're talking.
Indiana,
All right, yeah.
Bedford. Go to Bedford County.
No.
How many times you have to, like, how long it takes to get where the heck is Altoona at?
Oh, Altoona is deep.
Carbon.
What, Blair
Carbon.
County? I don't know.
It could be Potter, Blair, or Carbon.
I don't think it's Carbon. Altoona is deep.
Not garbage.
I remember going there for wrestling
Yeah.
tournaments back in the day, and it was
Potter
deep.
County's desolate. There might be like 2 D's in Potter County and like a grocery store. So it's hard, man.
And then, like, I had State College too. Hang on, here's the map. Clearfield County, Cambria County.
Oh, Cambria.
Like, yeah. So I had Center, Blair, and Bedford all across. So the nice thing was in Franklin County, or Adams County, was Gettysburg. So, you know, being a history nerd, I could just go there and hang out. And actually, I can't. Blue and Gray and Blue, the place out there, they have a great like steak special on. I think it's like Tuesdays or Thursdays.
That was like Center City, city right on the corner, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, that place. Oh my God.
Right?
That was one of the spots that got me into craft beer. Seriously, like going there was right around the time when I was like really getting into craft. May have drank there underage. Not going to say anything, but I was getting into like craft, and I started brewing. I was 18, 19, and I'm pretty sure I went there when I was like 20. Had like a beer in this like super old school. The whole place was like dope wood, right? It was like kind of fine dining. Yeah.
It's like kind of fine dining, but kind of not at the same time.
And the food's incredible. They had a really fucking awesome traditional draft list with some cool rare to find stuff like Delirium Tremens at the time. I remember, I think I drank.
Place still there?
As far as I
hope so.
As of when
what's
I left,
it called? Gray and Blue?
Blue and Gray.
What county is it in?
Sounds cool.
Adams.
Right in Gettysburg.
Yeah, right in Gettysburg.
It's
Blue
like
and
in
Gray.
that town square.
It's still there.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, anybody that's ever in that area needs to go there. That place is awesome.
On Baltimore Street in Gettysburg, PA.
Yep, right in the little circle. They for the longest time they did they were doing like craft. I think it was like whenever they did their steak, it was either every week or every other week. They would just bring in sixtels, and you would just go in, sample out your beer, and everyone would just pound whatever craft beer was in there, or
Didn't they
or
have
the
like
normal stuff.
kettle chips with balsamic drizzle on them?
Yep.
That was at just the bar app that you could just get. It was like $3 or something. It was like homemade kettle chips with fucking balsamic drizzle on them.
That sounds awesome.
Oh, dude, it was so good. Instead of just like pretzels or whatever, it's like, oh, you want a little snack? Yeah,
I like
that's
it.
crazy. I haven't thought about that place in 10 years at this point. Shit.
So then you went to New Belgium, and how's it been?
It's been great. I'm looking at their menu now to see if they still have one.
I
Do they still got the chips?
know.
though?
Now we're talking. I want to go back there too. Like,
Dude, let's go. Field trip.
I'm down.
We'll walk around we'll
Oh, an
do a
arrogant-
ghost tour too.
Arrogance and Ales field.
Oh, hell yeah. We'll do a
We'll
live
finally
show
get
from
to do
there.
one of these
Just
not
eat a
over
bunch of
Zoom.
balsamic chips.
There'll be no
all for it.
delay.
No, with New Belgium, it's been great. It's been one of the best. I mean, I learned a lot when I worked for, the grocery store, when I worked for Wegmans. Growing, I mean, I started there when I was like 16, 17, and I was there till I was 20. I was there for 11 and a half years. I think I was 17, so I was there until I was like 28.
Wow.
Yeah, I was there a long time. I was all over. I worked third shift, but went to school, graduated, kept working, got into the beer section finally. And then actually no, I was working the beer section when I went to school, because I was a student teacher, and the kids found out that I was the beer guy at the grocery store. So you've got a 21, 22-year-old student teacher and a bunch of seniors who are 17 or 18 years old. You know beer? Oh my God.
Can you buy us beer? Can you buy me beer?
No,
Yeah.
thankfully it was none of that, but all they wanted to talk about was beer.
Oh my God,
And
that's surprising. I would have totally been trying to get you to buy me beer.
Me too. Fuck.
Like, dude, I know you're not making anything doing this student teacher shit. Here's like $20, man.
Are you kidding me? No, 40. Where I was, I know your parents can afford it.
Oh, all right. This was like a Parkland situation. I was gonna
This is a Parkland situation. For y'all that don't know, Parkland is an expensive public school in our region. My
I
public
remember
school.
getting. Oh man, this is just gonna become. Don't
Yeah, no.
underage drink, kids.
Yeah, no.
Everybody from
no,
Twitch
Josh.
right now that's watching this, don't buy Lion's Head for
Twitch.
$7.
No. John, when you were at Rusty Rail, was the brewer from Deschutes there yet, or not yet?
Oh, what's his name?
I don't remember. He's the one who put in all the QC and did Fool's Gold and
Yeah.
Which was what a peanut butter blonde.
Imperial peanut butter Hefeweizen.
Yeah.
Imperial peanut butter Hefeweizen. It's a fucking good beer. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah. Justin.
Do they still make that?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh
Yeah.
God, yeah.
We saw a lot of that.
People drink it. Okay.
It's their number one beer. It's gotta be. I
No,
mean,
I don't think, not
probably
anymore. I think Fog Monster probably is their number one now.
Ooh, Fog Monster.
I will
What a name. What a fucking cool name.
I will say it is an awesome place to visit.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I love
it's
that place.
absolutely
They
beautiful.
put so it's amazing to stay there. It honestly, like, if you can talk to your rep, I mean, I'm pretty sure sorry, everybody who's watching, go there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
JJ,
they have
let's make this happen. Come on.
I'm telling you, man, those apartments they have.
Yeah, it's like a bed and breakfast or type situation, right?
Dude.
Like
Dude,
No, so okay, so basement of this old Model T factory is the brewery.
Wait, Model T, they were making these in Scranton?
Yeah.
Where are they at?
Mifflinburg, outside of
Okay,
where
yeah,
Bucknell's.
that's right, yeah.
So
Wow.
first floor is the brewery. Second floor is the kitchen, offices, and brew pub. Like, well, the bar and everything. There's also
They also have a really cool mug club situation thing that like spins, right? Isn't that them? There's all their mugs like hanging from the ceiling.
no.
Am I thinking of somewhere else? Rusty Rail? No, maybe not. All right. Anyway,
And then
go
they
on,
also
sorry.
have like the I forget what the heck they call it, but it's like the like special room like that's got like a pool table, shuffleboard, all kinds of stuff, TVs, a whole other bar in there. That's really cool. And then you've got
You get a banquet area.
then the second floor is, you know, an additional bar, a game room, some arcade games. Then there's a banquet hall and a chapel, so you can get married there, go into this dining hall area to get that for apps, and then go back in. They turn it over, and you can have dinner where you just got married at, and then you can go upstairs where they have. Last I knew, they had like 8 rooms. They have like a honeymoon suite with a jacuzzi in it, and then like 8 really nice rooms. Or you could just go there and rent them.
Yo, they're not just rooms. They're like beautiful apartments.
Like studio apartments. Yeah.
Yeah.
They are called luxury suites.
Because they do have apartments across the street in another building that they own. Because they were going to make a like gift shop there, but that I think because of COVID got.
We were coming back from Pittsburgh to one time, and I gave Guy a call, and I said we're gonna stop at Mifflinburg on the way home. We took the long way around. We stopped at the brewery. He gave us a tour, and I gotta tell you, man, it's probably the coolest freaking brew pub I've ever been at.
Yep.
I agree. It's pretty awesome. All right, because we're
Close you
running
ever been
long.
at? We're talking about New Belgium. You guys ever been to that brew pub? Pretty sick in Colorado.
Oh my gosh, yeah, New Belgium. Let's talk about
Dude.
that. Let's talk about the
One of the
slide
fucking
that
coolest
you can
brew
go
pubs I've
down.
ever been
Let's
to.
talk
honestly.
about the food. Okay,
the couch, that fucking thing that they used to drive people around on. I don't know if they still do it. It's like 6 years ago. They had like this couch car thing.
oh,
You know what I'm talking about?
No, I know what you're talking about, but I haven't seen it out and about. Now
There was people when we were there. This was 2014, maybe, I think, and they were fucking driving it around, and we were on a tour. I was like, "What is that?" It was like this weird couch vehicle, and people were just chilling on the back of it.
Like a
"Yeah,
couch
it's like
bike?"
but it was motorized. Super weird.
Oh, it was motorized.
Like,
Oh, I don't-
yeah, it was fucking weird as hell.
I don't know.
I'm
I
telling
will tell you one of the best things to do. One of the best parts with New Belgium in the brewery is that foeder forest. Every year, once a year, we go out. We have our little like retreat. Everybody gets, all the reps and everybody in Fort Collins. We get together. We hang out. We talk about planning what's going on for the next year, and then we bring some. And then we have a party, essentially, and we take all the fooders that we have lined up, all 67 of them. It's dark out. They have these awesome Edison lights strung up, and it's literally one of the most magical things like you can walk into. You're just like, here's all this naturally souring beer, like these sour fermenting, like these spontaneous ferment, not spontaneous, these cultured beers. Yes, that thing. Wow. Yep, I don't know where the hell that got to.
So, you're right. You're saying it. Yeah, it was crazy. It was one of the coolest. I remember going out there, and that was like seeing those tanks was just like, holy shit, the size of everything. The brew pub was just awesome. Everybody was super nice. It was like really during like the developmental stage of me being a brewer and going out there and seeing like really falling in love. I mean, and Denver and Fort Collins in general is fucking awesome. So seeing everything like that beer scene, it was like, holy shit, this is what beer can be. and then also like all over Fort Collins, there's just the bike racks are shaped like the New Belgium Fat Tire bikes,
Yeah.
which is
Oh yeah.
fucking awesome, like everywhere. And that was like when Fat Tire was, starting to nationally distro, so nobody really knew what it was, and it was very coveted in the area. You can only get it there,
Right.
and just drinking it there, it's like it was like Guinness, in
one of the
Ireland. Like holy shit, this is
Yeah.
great.
One of the best parts of the brewery tour is when they say, "Hey, this is what we're bottling today. Go ahead and grab one off the line."
Yeah,
I grabbed a Food Ranger IPA fresh off the line.
they were doing that for like the tours too. Like they were
Yeah.
literally like grab a bunch of things off it, and it's like, all right, we're gonna drink something that was like today. And they would crack it open, and they would give it to like the 20. Yeah, exactly. They would give it to like the 20, 30 people in line. It's like, I don't know. The experience, it was only rivaled by Dogfish, I feel like, was the only large spot that really had an amazing brewery tour like New Belgium, and also Anheuser-Busch. Unfortunately, they were pretty good at ushering people around, showing you the Clydesdales and shit.
I agree. Now, before we go, Josh swore that I had to have the astronaut ice cream milkshake.
Shotgun it.
No, because I will
Come
fall
on.
over.
Do I need a shotgun?
Ooh.
Do I need a shotgun for this?
I already poured it, bitches.
I'm saying, do I need a shotgun one just to like?
I mean, you are more than welcome. This isn't Honest Travs, but you're more than welcome.
Why don't we get Honest Trav on the show?
The douche freaking Facebook page ever.
Bro, you probably fucking carry his wit. Don't even, JJ. You're
his
like,
wit.
come on
You
in
mean
here.
his lager or his IPA? Which one?
No, he made a wheat
two
beer. No, he made a wheat beer, and then he made a fucking, which, all right, cool. Good job for you, Saucony Creek. I guess.
Okay, enough. All right, enough. All right. So I am drinking astronaut ice cream milkshake, clocking in at 9.1%. This milkshake style double IPA was brewed with Golden Promise, flaked oats, wheat, and of course, a ridiculous amount of Neapolitan freeze-dried ice cream. The beast.
Yeah, JJ, where you at?
The beast was then fermented atop a ton of strawberries, cacao nibs, and vanilla beans. Tasting notes of drippy Neapolitan ice cream sandwiches. Contains lactose. Just under 1,000 check-ins. 426.
How many calories?
1,400.
It is cloudy AF for a proper milkshake beer. I can smell the strawberries.
I will admit I haven't had enough. I mean, I've had Abomination a handful of times during like the festivals when you guys were first starting off. I really feel like I need to dig in more.
Yeah, that was nothing compared to what they're letting us do now.
Yeah, you're not lying, dude. This is fucking alcoholic Neapolitan ice cream. Oh man. The lactose may make me shit myself, but it's all right. It's all right.
Yeah. Again, no taste of booze in this, right? At all.
No.
That one honestly tastes like there's zero alcohol in it. It tastes like a fucking like milkshake.
Dog, you are a ninja with these ABVs, honestly.
Dude, they bring all the boys to the yard.
Damn right. And it's better than yours. I could teach you, but I'd have to charge. I'm just saying, Jesus.
Yeah, that one was weird. Everybody was like, what the fuck? Like strawberry, vanilla, chocolate, like chocolate in an IPA. I feel like it came together pretty well.
I mean, I was gonna say they've done coffee IPA, so yeah.
Yeah, but where are those at now?
Nowhere.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
No, JJ, I got this new Brute IPA. I can't wait to sell it to you.
I was just, I don't know.
Beat
I
you
thought
to that,
milkshakes
bitch.
were gonna go away,
Beat
but
you
I
to
think
that.
people just want fucking sweet. Like I don't know. Where do you guys see the market going? Beer, period.
American palate is sweeter, Josh. I mean, that's where it's going. I mean, you got to divide. Seltzers are going one way, and then you got sweet going the other way, and there's really nothing in between, right?
I would say
Yeah.
where it's
Well, that's
going.
why West Coast died, right? West Coast IPAs.
Yeah, because
It's
they were
not
just
mass,
this.
and that's why hazies are what they are, because people want fruity, high ABV beers that don't taste like they are. It's the same with Fat Tire. I think was one of the originals that did it because that was like a fruitier. It didn't taste like it was. I don't know what was the ABV on Fat Tire.
So Fat
Six-ish
Tire is
area,
like
right?
5.2. You got
Oh, is
you
it
got
okay?
that green apple biscuity.
Yeah.
Yes, out of the hop.
But it wasn't that traditional like bite.
Right.
When
Right.
I
Where Sierra
first got,
Nevada was kind of going like dry
Yeah.
and having
Oh,
more
yeah.
like hop bite.
Yeah.
They, that beer went more towards like sweetness.
Multi smooth. Yeah, multi sweet.
when I first got into drinking craft beer, my favorite beer, my absolute favorite beer was Fat Tire. I used to, my father-in-law at the time when I was just dating my wife lived in Maryland. And every time he came up to visit her, I would make him bring me a case. And he's like, this isn't, and I'm like, just please bring me a case of Fat Tire. Just please. And there was a distributor in PA that had a dude who lived in Maryland and he would bring up cases of Fat Tire. They would put them in Yingling cases. And I would always, and I went there. I remember when I worked in a spot and I would go there and I just went to the guy like one time. I was like, man, I really wish we could just get Fat Tire here. I really like that beer. And he's like, oh, you like, or she, but, oh, you like Fat Tire? I was like, I love it. Okay, come on. You should buy this case of Yingling. I was like, I would never buy a case of Yingling. She's like, you should buy this case of Yingling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm like, why does my case of Yingling cost me $56? She's just like, you'll enjoy it. I'm like, okay.
It's the secret knock.
Yeah.
I opened the case. It was all Fat Tire. And still charging $56 a case for Fat Tire was a criminal fucking offense. But still, I was like, thank you. 100% thank you.
Right,
I'll
yeah.
pay for it.
Kind of like selling
$56
selling
for Fat Tire
Topper.
case. I feel like
Like
that.
selling Eddie Topper or some random beer that's muled out of a bottle shop in PA. You know?
Yeah, 100%.
Who would do
And
that?
also,
I have no idea.
I didn't.
Fat Tire
And
is a good example. Have you guys tried that shit like recently? It's very dank and bitter. So is that like sustainable? Are people going to want to keep drinking that? Because I feel like now that people are reintroducing that into their daily drinking from when it wasn't something that they weren't like trading for necessarily, and now it's popping up in local bottle shops. Is that something that they want to keep drinking? Is that what the palate is? Or is it these astronaut ice cream bullshit ass IPAs and over sweetened?
Your own IPA. Wait,
So-
it's got to be still
well,
your number two
I
SKU,
talk
right?
more shit on my beer than anything.
So
I'm
I
just
also-
saying.
I think you're going to see a more so you're going to have your national styles, national brands like what Sierra Nevada, New Belgium, Lagunitas, Stone do.
Mhm.
And we're probably not going to touch those milkshake super sweet IPAs. But your local, or if I want to say like the European model, your hometown brewery will probably brew those. So it'll be very region based. It'll be very, county almost based. How like that sweet, like how those beers will be, reproduced. I'm not saying those are going away. I think those will be around in some form for a little bit, but I think the overall palette of America is they're caught between that clean crisp bud and that juicy dank IPA.
What skew is it for you guys? 2, 3?
What do you mean?
Fat Tire.
Fat Tire? Still number one.
Oh, really? It even
sure.
still is. Wait,
Absolutely number one.
really?
Sure. Fuck yeah.
I thought Voodoo Imperial, I thought that would have taken number
Fuck
one.
no.
Are you kidding me? Fat
Dude,
Tire
IPAs
is a
are nowhere close.
monster.
Yeah, dude. That beer is everywhere. That's
Now,
like lager. Like you walk into a bar
Yeah,
anywhere
it is.
outside of Pennsylvania, it's like Fat Tire.
Fat Tire.
So,
Me
hey, when I
ordering
was
a
working at
lager, you know what I'm
Wegmans,
saying?
everybody would come back and be like, "Hey, do you have Fat Tire or Flat Tire?" And I'd be like, "Nope, can't get it in Pennsylvania. Don't know when they're coming up here."
Yeah.
But because they would be like, "I had this beer that tasted just like Yingling, but it wasn't." No, and so I called it people's vacation Yingling. Pennsylvania's vacation Yingling. That's what it was. If you went out west and if you went down south, it was Fat Tire was everywhere. It was ubiquitous. And for that classic PA drinker that didn't know what was going on, but they knew they liked Yingling lager, Fat Tire was a great transition.
I agree. The best is I went to a wedding maybe 10 years ago, and it was in Vail, Colorado. And the bartender was like, "Gentlemen, you guys beers drinkers?" We're like, "Yeah, 100%." He's like, "Oh, I have this new lager. You'll love it." And we're like, "Okay, let's go." And he's like, "It's called Youngling." I'm like, "I'm sorry, what's it called?" He said, "It's called Youngling from Pennsylvania." I go, "Bro, you just looked at all of our IDs. All of our IDs were Pennsylvania IDs. First off, it's fucking Yingling. And second, I don't want heartburn. What you got? You got Fat Tire back there? Give me that shit." This is so funny.
And first of all, new, they've been around since the 1800s, bro.
And I think on that bombshell, kids, we're going to end this episode that has been super long. I am Faraz. Who wants to say it next?
Thank you, Jeremy Clarkson.
There you go. They keep forgetting it, John.
Thanks, Kelly Clarkson.
Thank you.